Yes, sir, it's visible.
Did you get the last class note? I have already shared. The last note contains up to non-elementary reaction and up to this page, that is derivation of rate constant and specific reaction rate and their different units. Up to this page I have already shared. Did you get it in the file section? Hello, Rahul Nath, are you present? Hello? Rahul is absent. Somil?
Yes, sir.
Rahul is absent. Actually started the PC or laptop, but he is not in the screen. Rahul Kumayat? It is happening last year also. Onik Mondol?
Yes, sir, I'm present, sir.
Okay. Others Kumar? Aditya Agarwal?
Yes, sir, present, sir.
Fine. Aditya Jha?
Yes, sir. Present, sir.
Adrija?
Present, sir.
Ayush? Ayush Surana?
Present, sir.
Nidhi Raj?
Present, sir.
Naman Goel?
Present, sir.
Okay, fine. Again, I will call suddenly. Now, today I'll discuss the temperature dependency of the rate constant. And you know there is a method for finding temperature dependency of reaction rate by Arrhenius law. But beside Arrhenius law, there are two postulates used to explain the temperature dependency. The first theory applied, that is collision theory. If there is a reaction between A and B, there should have a collision between A and B, and for this A, minimum energy is required. Minimum energy is required. That is called activation energy. And temperature dependency rate constant may be explained by collision theory, and other theories are there, transition state theory and Arrhenius. But we know only Arrhenius theory. And today I will explain the collision theory and transition state theory. According to this theory, rate is proportional to the number of effective collisions per unit volume per unit time. If we consider the reaction is taking place in a gas phase and it is elementary type, and two reactants are present, A and B, for the binary or bimolecular reaction. The number of collisions suffers between A and B per unit volume, it is called the frequency of collision. And this frequency of collision, it can be explained from kinetic theory of gases, which is proportional to the mean velocity. And as per the theory of kinetic theory of gases, this mean velocity is given by square root of 8RT by pi m. M is the average molecular weight. If two molecules are there, then average molecular weight, we can take arithmetic mean between the molecular weight of A and B. And also, before the collision, the distance required, minimum distance, that is called collision diameter, which is equal to average of the diameters of A and B, dA dB by 2. It is called collision diameter. Then when two molecules reaches at a distance dAB, there will be a collision. And how do you calculate the number of moles involved in the collision, or number of total molecules, number of molecules involved in the collision? This can be explained if we consider a cylindrical volume whose radius is pi by 4 dAB square, that is collision diameter. This is mean of the diameter of A and B. If we consider a cylinder of diameter equal to collision diameter, and what is the length? Length is the average velocity u bar. So u bar multiplied by this cross section will get a cylindrical volume, and number of molecules residing within this cylinder will describe the total number of collision per unit volume per unit time. That is, U is this, and average molecular weight we can find like this, and the volume of the cylinder, it is also called swept volume, which is equal to alpha AB. This is alpha AB multiplied by average velocity U bar, and U bar is obtained from kinetic theory of gases. And this molecular weight for binary reactions will be MAB. Okay, next slide. Then frequency of collision between molecules A and B, that is total number of collision per unit time per unit volume, is given by number of molecules present A and B, that is product of A and B, number of molecules, multiplied by pi by 4 dAB square times average velocity, where Na and Nb is the number of molecules of A and B, which is proportional or obtained from the concentration of A and B. In this way, we are getting the concentration term in the frequency F. So the rate of collision is proportional to CACB, and from kinetic theory we are getting T to the power half. So rate of collision is proportional to the concentration products and square root of temperature. So the frequency of collision is proportional to this, and the reaction rate is also proportional to the number of effective collision. But what is the effective collision? Because all collisions will not produce the effective reaction or will produce the product. Certain fraction of this collision is the effective, and for finding effective collision, we'll get it from Boltzmann expression. Last line it is given, Boltzmann expression for the evaluation of minimum amount of energy having the total number of collision. that is this fraction is the giving effective number of collisions which is having the minimum energy E. If the reacting molecules attain a activated state or the higher energy level with having a minimum energy E, that is activation energy, so E to the power minus E by RT, this fraction should be multiplied to the total number of collision. Then you will get the effective or successful collision for reaction. And these are the conversion factor 10 to the power 6, that is liter to the corresponding volume unit, and CaCV concentration, Avogadro number, and Avogadro number will give you the number of molecules. So from here you will get reaction rate is proportional to the concentration product and square root of temperature and exponential minus E by RT. And if you compare with Arrhenius law, you will find this T to the power half was not there, this term. Or we can consider this power of temperature is 0. Then this will be 1 and it will be converted to Arrhenius law. And so additional term we are getting T to the power half as per collision theory. And next theory, second law, that is transition state theory. And as per transition state theory, we can assume this reaction A reversible to produce the activated state molecule A star, which is reacting further to produce the product. But if we consider A is producing P, the intermediate transition compound is A star, or activated state compound is A star. And sometimes this transition state theory is called as activated state theory. And as per this theory, reacting molecules will reach the maximum energy level to form an activated complex. And this activated complex is A star. So you can say it is activated complex theory also. So whatever this A star, either activated state or activated complex of A star. So A star to P is giving the actual product forming reaction. That is, from the second step we are getting the product, and there will be one rate constant. We can assume this is K prime, any rate constant. So according to this transition state theory, this K prime is fixed. That is coming to the next slide. And from the reversible step, first step, the equilibrium constant K is given by the ratio of A star to A, and A star we can find out K multiplied by A. And what is this K equilibrium constant? From the thermodynamics we can find ln of K is giving minus delta G by RT, and delta G can be written in this form: delta H plus T delta S, activation enthalpy, activation entropy. That is entropy for activation, enthalpy for activation. Two terms are there. So K contains two exponential terms: exponential delta S by R, exponential minus delta H by RT. And we can substitute this A star in the next step, which is equal to A star is K multiplied by concentration of A. And rate of formation of P is given by K prime A, and from the second step K1 A star. Okay. And if we substitute, K1 is first order rate constant, and this K1 we can obtain from here This small k1 A star and k1 ka. So in presence of A star, we can substitute ka. Just 1 minute. And what is k? K1. This is from the transition state theory. We obtain k prime is equal to k1 is equal to kRT by nh. N is the Avogadro number, H is Planck's constant, etc. And R is gas constant, and T is transmission coefficient. But whatever these terms, these are known. R, T, N, H, T, these are from the transition state theory, are the known quantity. And so K1 is approximately equal to 2 into 10 to the power 10. And K prime is given by K1K. But K1 is not known. It is given in terms of entropy and enthalpy. Substitute this. So K prime is given by this expression. And from this expression, we find that is rate constant is proportional to temperature and some exponential terms. Now, this exponential term, if we neglect the entropy, which is negligible for this reaction, for the case of reaction, and then this activation enthalpy is same as activation energy. So if we substitute exponential minus delta E by RT instead of this quantity delta H minus T delta S, and we will get reaction rate is proportional to CACB temperature and exponential minus E by RT. So what is the additional term in comparison with Arrhenius law? This temperature to the power 1. And the previous theory, collision theory, we got T to the power half. So we are finding that is T is having some power which is varying from 0 to 1. Because Arrhenius law, again, it is no need to explain it. You already know that is K is K0 e to the power minus E by RT. K0 is free exponential factor and is the activation energy. And there is no T temperature term additional. So if we summarize, as per collision theory, T to the power half is coming. As per transition state theory, only T to the power 1 and here T to the power 0. So we can generalize the temperature dependency of the binary reactions as minus RA. It is not written, you can write it. Minus RA proportional to CACB T to the power N and E to the power minus E by RT. I am writing here. That is proportional to T to the power N E to the power minus E by RT. That is activation energy term, exponential term, it is already there, and additional term T to the power N is coming. So it is the general law for explaining temperature dependency of rate constant. So what is this? This is rate constant. K proportional to T to the power N E to the power E by RT. So first chapter I have completed. This part of the note I'll send it today, and I'll go to the next chapter, second chapter of my course. Second chapter I have kept mole balance. It is coming. Second chapter is very slow. I have given slideshow mode, it is not coming. It has come. Mole balances and kinetic study in different reactors. From the second chapter onwards, the actual reaction engineering course will start. Achha. Heading is kinetic study and analysis of rate models. Can you see this page? First tell me whether is it visible?
Yes.
Okay. Why this chapter is important? For reactor design, we need a rate equation. Without knowing the rate kinetics or rate equation, we cannot go for the design of a chemical reactor. So the first point I have mentioned, the knowledge of kinetic parameters of a rate equation, including temperature dependency, is required for designing a chemical reactors. Means, what is the design of chemical reactors? That we will explain later. That is, for batch reactor, we will find out what is the time requirement. For other reactors, we will find out what is the size of the reactors. And for catalytic reactors, we will find what is the amount of catalyst reactor required, like this. So this will be explained in the later chapters. Now, second point, to find the rate kinetics, we have to generate the laboratory data, because without knowing laboratory data, that is variation of dependent variable in terms of the independent variables, this is laboratory data. So using this laboratory data, we can find out the rate equation, or complete kinetic data is required to find out a rate equation or rate parameters. Complete rate equation means details of the rate parameters. Third point, various types of ideal reactors are used for the generation of laboratory data. That is, various ideal reactors are used for the laboratory purposes. And next is mole balance is required for finding the rate data, for finding the rate kinetics. In the general mole balance, if we consider a reactor volume or differential volume dV and rate of inflow, that is Fi0, rate of outflow Fi0 at the, this is actually Fi0 and this is Fi, not Fi0. This is Fi0 and this is Fi. So similarly, concentration at the inlet Ci0 and Ci. I is the species. If the reacting species is A, we can write Fa0, Ca0, Fa, Ca, etc. And rate of generation term is given by reaction rate multiplied by dV. Say this reactor is a cylindrical reactor, so we can integrate over the volume 0 to V. If it is tubular reactor, so from the length starting from the inlet to the outlet, we can integrate it. And here the differential term will be the differential length of the reactor, dl, like this. So what is the general mole balance? That is given Fi0 minus Fi plus rate generation term plus accumulation term. What is rate of accumulation? That is total number of moles disappeared per unit time, dNi dt, or generated per unit time. If it is generated, that it is positive, it is disappeared, this will be negative. Where Fi0, Fi are the inflow and outflow rates, At steady state, rate of accumulation of I is dni dt is equal to 0 at steady state. Now, whatever the terms are required or not present, that you decide from the type of reactors. Now, next case, if we consider batch reactor. Now, for kinetic study, we use different reactors. First type is batch reactor, so I'll discuss for batch reactor. Other reactors are there, start tank and plug flow, that we'll discuss later. So in case of batch reactor, the general mole balance term, this inflow and outflow will be 0, because batch reactors, some reactants are added initially in a vessel and it is reacted, and with the progress of reaction, that is at different time, the concentration will change and we can collect the sample and analyze at different time. So for batch reactor, just 1 minute. Mole balance in batch reactor, consider the reaction AA, MM, general reaction. And this reaction always, this equation you always write in terms of A is equal to 1. Why? Because A is the limiting reactant for this reaction. কিছু খুলে দিয়েছো আগে নাকে এটা লাগাওনি মাছটা বাইরে তো ওই ঘিটা আছে A is the limiting reactant, so always you have to divide the other species by A, that is coefficient of B divided by A, M divided by A, and all derivations will be based on A only, as A is the limiting reactant. Achha. Before going further, I want to explain what is limiting reactant. Can you explain, anybody, what is limiting reactant for this reaction? But what is the definition of limiting reactant? Limiting reactant, we can find out where the number is 1. That is limiting reactant. But why this concept is used, limiting reactant? Any one of you?
So limiting reactant is the reagent that finish first in a reaction, and the concept is used because there can be a situation where the other reagents are put in excess amount. So like
good. I got the answer. That is, always we use that is other reactants in higher amount, that is larger quantity, and one reactant should be used lesser amount. This less amount because it will react, and if we take both equal, that is A and B equal, then that changes we cannot observe. And say B is less, so B will be the limiting reactant. Okay. Then conversion is also expressed in terms of limiting reactant, and the definition is initial number of moles of A minus number of moles at any time divided by initial number of moles. These are the basic definitions. Now for batch reactor, as there is no inflow and outflow in the general mole balance, only third term, that is rate of generation, will be there present, and accumulation will be there, because in batch reactor there is no inflow and outflow. So what is the forming or disappear the reactant, that will be inside this volume. So there is a change of total number of moles with time. Accumulation is there. So dni dt is equal to this. This is the mole balance for batch reactor, and from this mole balance, if we substitute I is equal to A for the reaction, then Ra dV integrated 0 to V dna dt is equal to minus Na0 xa by dt. How it is coming? Because as per the conversion, xa is equal to Na0 minus Na by Na0. If you differentiate dxa dt, you will get dna dt. by 1 by Na0 dNA dt. That's why dNA dt is written Na0 dxa dt. Or we can write in this way also, Na is equal to Na0 1 minus xa. Then you differentiate this Na, you will get minus Na0 dxa dt. So using this equation, we can find out the time requirement for a particular conversion in batch reactor. Now we come back to the previous slide. For kinetic study in different reactors, if we consider a rate kinetics minus RA K1 by Ca and 1 plus K2 Ca, here K1 and K2 two parameters are there in the rate equation. So kinetic study means to find the rate constant K1 and K2 and their temperature dependency. That is K1, K2, you can evaluate from the laboratory data. But again, if you repeat this reaction at different temperatures, we can find out the temperature dependency of the terms K1 and K2. And then we get the details of the rate constant K1. That will be K0 e to the power minus delta E by RT in the form of Arrhenius law. That is in the form of Arrhenius expression, we can write K1, K2. And if we know this, then in the design equation, this rate we can substitute and go for further calculations. So the rate data RA versus Ca is required. And this is one type rate equation. Second type, if the rate equation is given by Kca to the power P, it is called empirical type rate equation. And in empirical type rate equation, we have to have the rate data RA in terms of concentration. That is various concentration, we need rate data. And we take log on both sides, we can find out the P value of P, power and rate constant. So in general, two types of analysis are used. Either directly we can solve for rate parameters using the nonlinear model. This is not linear, it is nonlinear form. So directly we can find out the parameter substituting rate at function of Ca. And if it is empirical type, we can solve the logarithmic form of this expression minus RA Kca to the power P. So this will be log minus RA is equal to log K plus P log Ca. This slide actually should come later. So in batch reactor, this rate may be either empirical type or this rate may be in the previous type complex form, that is in the form of numerator and denominator, that expression. So further we can go with the same equation where Ca0 dxa dt is equal to minus RA in terms of conversion. Initially I have written Na0, and if there is a constant volume for the reactor, this dV will be V after integration, then Na0 by V will be concentration, Ca0. And so minus RA will be equal to Ca0 dxa by dt. If there is the reactor may be two type, constant volume reactor or variable volume reactor. We are discussing now the constant volume reactor where with reaction there is no volume change. But if we consider a closed vessel and with reaction is such that the stoichiometry of the reaction is such that giving A to 2R, that is volume is increasing with reaction, number of moles is increasing. 1 mole of A producing 2 moles of R. In this case, volume is not at all constant. That will be variable volume reaction. In that case, we have to analyze in different way. So let us assume that is entire this chapter is based on constant reactor volume. That is constant volume reactor. then we can write Ca0 dxa by dt. Because with time there is no volume change, we can write Ca0 constant, Na0 by V, and dxa by dt. So only using this equation 7 we can find out the conversion as a function of time. I am not going about the analysis, I am describing the mole balances for various reactions. Now batch reactor I have explained. And what is batch reactor? If there is no inflow and outflow and the entire content is starved after addition of the reactants, and after a certain time when the reaction is over, the reactor is dismantled and the material is taken out, product is taken out. This type of reactors are used in many purposes in the industry. Suppose the dye preparation, methylene blue preparation, we use a vessel for preparation of color or dye materials. That after reaction is over, we can collect the material or collect the product, separate the product, and unreacted material we can recycle. But in case of continuous start tank reactor, this is another ideal reactor. I'll describe the mole balance. Before that, I am explaining what is CSTR and what is ideal CSTR. If there is a vessel with a stirrer, I am explaining. It is difficult to write over here. A plus B producing M, a product. So in the outlet, you will observe product plus unreacted A and B. This comma, you can write A and B also. And this is the symbol of CSTR. That is, one starter will be there, one inlet and one outlet. And batch reactor, there was no inlet and out. Inlet is there for addition purpose only. And continuous start tank reactor, there will be a continuously stirring of the content of the reactants material, and after a certain time there will be a steady state conversion. Steady state conversion. There will be no change of conversion with time. In CSTR, you don't think that is with time the conversion is varying. Conversion will be constant. And the definition of CSTR is when the concentration at the outlet is same as the concentration inside the vessel. That is, if it is stirred properly, that is with a good stirrer arrangements, then with stirring inside the vessel there will be uniform concentration. There will be no radial variation, there will be no axial variation. So the concentration inside the vessel Ca will be same as the concentration at the outlet. Then it is called the ideal CSTR. And for this ideal CSTR mole balance we can write assuming inlet concentration Ca0, Cb0, inlet flow rates are Fa0, Fb0, and volumetric flow rate V0. If there is no volume change, so same volume will be there at the outlet. So V0 will be at the outlet, same. And V is the reactor volume. Let us see the mole balance now. In the general mole balance, so all the terms of left hand side will remain. That is, inflow and outflow terms will be there. Rate of generation or rate of disappearance term will be there. Achha. Did you observe the rate we are using positive sign? RA, that is rate of formation, to indicate this is rate of formation. Although in the reaction it is not rate of formation, it is rate of disappearance. Then this RA will be changed to minus RA, that is minus sign will be used. Achha. So inflow is V0 multiplied by Ca0, which is equal to Fa0, and V0 Ca, which is equal to Fa, and rate equation multiplied by reactor volume. In CSTR, what is the reactor volume? Reactor volume for CSTR is the volume of the content, V. If we consider it is liquid phase reaction, that is up to this liquid level, we can calculate the volume of this cylinder, and that will be equal to reactor volume. But you don't think that is reactor volume is the volume including the void spaces. That is, void space is there, some clearance is there over the liquid, that you have to add after finding V. So if V you get 1 liter, you can add 20%, add 20% allowance, and to get the actual reactor volume. Then you take V0 common, Ca0 minus Ca is becoming minus RA. Rate you have to take in the right hand side, and it is becoming minus RA, and this minus RA we will use in the entire chapter, which is equal to rate of disappearance of A. And this multiplied by V is the total mole disappeared. And next line you observe another term tau m, which is equal to V by V0. V is the volume of the reactor and V0 is the volumetric flow rate. That unit is V is meter cube and V0 is the volumetric flow rate. V by V0, this is called space time, and space time for mixed reactor it is designated by tau m, and this is the time required to process one reactor volume. It is called the space time. This we will explain again for the next chapter. So tau m is the space time, which is equal to ratio of reactor volume to volumetric flow rate, and Ca0 minus Ca is the inlet concentration minus outlet concentration by the reactor. Now this equation is called the design equation for CSTR. You have to remember this equation. It is important equation, and for constant volume process. This is for constant volume CSTR design equation. And this design equation also can be written in terms of conversion like this: minus RA is FA0 XA by V. If we write VA0 CA0 is FA0 and VCA is FA, then RA is equal to FA0 minus FA by V, or it is FA0 XA by V. And both previous equation, this equation number 10 and equation number 11, these are called design equations for CSTR, and these are used for finding the reactor volume V, so it is called design equations. And if the rate equation RA is known, if the reaction rate minus RA or the rate expression, it is available. And if we know the reaction rate directly, we can substitute here, we can substitute the flow rate, and for a particular conversion level, we can find out the size of the reactor. So various conversion level size requirement will be vary. A small conversion size will be less. Greater conversion, say 90%, reactor volume will be large. Another type, that is plug flow reactor. This is another ideal reactor, and this is the tubular reactor. Achha. and small discussion should be required before describing the mole balance. What is plug flow? And if we consider a tubular reactor where liquid is flowing at a particular flow rate or velocity so that it looks like a plug, that is velocity profile, it looks like a plug, that is flat velocity profile. If the velocity profile looks like this, parabolic, so it is laminar flow profile, but it is neither laminar nor turbulence. It is giving a straight velocity profile. What does it mean? That is, it indicates everywhere velocity is same. In the practical life, it is not possible. But we will assume if the reactor is ideal, the velocity along the radius is same. There is no change of velocity. But actual velocity will be like this velocity profile. There will be a different velocity profile. But if we consider it is a straight, means there is no variation of velocity along the radius, then it is called plug flow. And another assumption is if there is no change of velocity along the length also, that is species, all species are moving at the same velocity and there is no velocity change and there is no dispersion along the length, means no species will cross or overtake to the next species, and that is all species will move side by side like this. But if this first species, if overtakes the second one, it is called mixing. And if mixing is developed inside a reactor, this will be converted to non-ideal reactor. So in ideal reactor, we will assume there is no axial dispersion and there is uniform velocity profile. And in this case, if we consider a differential section dz, into which the conversion is dxa, that is within the length dz there is a differential amount converted, that is dxa, and the feed rate of A is varying fa to fa plus dfa within dz. Or we can write this is section 1, this is section 2. Section 1 it is fa and section 2 it is fa plus dfa. That is, say it is 1, it is 2. At section 1 flow rate is fa, section 2 flow rate is fa plus dfa. Now you perform the mole balance with fa0, ca, xa, etc. These are the terms, and perform the mole balance. Then rate of input is fa, rate of output is fa plus dfa over the section dz. So rate of generation, if AC is the cross section of the tubular reactor, cross section is AC, and multiplied by differential length dz is getting differential volume dV, and integrate over the length 0 to L, we will get the entire reactor volume. And accumulation term dNA dt. At steady state, this is also equal to 0. And second term you take in the right hand side, and first left hand side, the first and second term is giving minus dfa. Fa get cancelled, minus dfa, or minus dfa by dv is equal to minus Ra. This is the general design equation for plug flow reactor. And this equation can be solved if we know the rate equation Ra. If this Ra is given, we can solve this, that is at different volume what is Fa. Or if Fa is substituted by this equation Fa0 1 minus Xa, then Fa0 dxa dV is equal to minus Ra. This equation is also called design equation for plug flow reactor. That is the design equation in differential form. But in integral form, then this equation should be integrated, and on integration we will find V by Fa0 is equal to dxa is integrated, Ra you take it in the denominator, dxa by minus Ra, and integrate from 0 to xf. Xf is the final conversion. So in the tubular reactor, if we consider a tubular reactor, here conversion is xf, final conversion xf, and here the conversion is 0. So we can integrate 0 to xf in order to find out the volume of the reactor V. So this is called the design equation, which is used to find out the volume, and if the rate expression is available in the form of conversion, that is as a function of conversion, we can integrate this equation. But if the rate data is not available or rate equation is not available, the same equation can be used for finding the rate parameters. Achha. And similarly, V by V0 here is the space time for plug flow reactor, tau p. This is space time. SPAC, space time. And this kinetic analysis of a batch reactor, I will discuss in the next class. Only today I am discussing two things. There are two methods, differential method of analysis and integral method of analysis. In the chapter 2 and 3, you have to use for solving problem both the methods, differential method and integral method. And first I will go for differential method of analysis. In differential method of analysis using batch reactor, we need some reactor data. And what do you mean by batch reactor data? That is concentration as a function of time obtained from the laboratory reactor is called the batch reactor data. So batch reactor data is C versus T plot. And in differential method of analysis, we have to differentiate the constant, and the differential equation is used. But integral method of analysis, we do not need the derivative, find out the derivative. And in differential method of analysis, we can start with a general expression A to B, where rate expression is given by K Ca to the power P, empirical type. For simplicity of the rate kinetics, we assume it is K Ca to the power P. If it is first order, P will be taken 1, and second order, P will be taken 2. So the next class, this will be continued. And any queries or questions? So you see the mole balance, today's class, you see the temperature dependency from the first chapter, collision theory, transition state theory, and Arrhenius theory. And the second chapter, you go up to mole balance in batch reactor. The book recommended Levenspiel, and now Fogler is not required. Levenspiel is sufficient up to this.